welcome to the Q&A. What do you do to practice self-care? Oh God. If you could only read 5 books for the rest. What? And then Luna, that bitch is a skinwalker. I can't ice skate, so like, no. When are we cleaning the attic? Santa, tell me. I'm not wearing a shirt, so reading. Weirdest thing you've eaten? What's your love language? Depends who's asking. Jesus, I don't fucking know. One thing you hate about BookTube. I, unfortunately, had to do a little bit of a pregame for the Q&A. I am honestly, not gonna lie to you, very much already a glass in. And by a glass, I mean this was very fucking full. On my way to Tipsy, I am pouring this to have a little bit of a shower wine. I just wanted to preface, we're gonna go do a shower wine and then we're gonna come back for the Q&A. Definitely already feeling it, which is like kind of scary. We're drinking the Winking Owl Sweet Red, which could be a problem. Last Q&A, if you were here last Vlogmas, I don't remember what I was drinking, I'll have to look, but I threw up. Like it was one of the most violent hangovers I've ever had in my life. I'm not kidding. I don't know what happened because I feel like I wasn't even that drunk in the video. I very much was. I just feel like I'm confused what happened. Throwing up very violently the next day. So we're going to avoid that. I will not be doing that. I literally cannot handle that again. So we're drinking the wine a little bit slower this time and we'll be back. I can't stop eating my cheese and grapes long enough to do this. Why are cheese and grapes so good? We have a full glass. I definitely like my first wine better than this wine, which is not a good sign. Also, I am already getting red. You can kind of see it. Probably on my neck too. Yep, that's okay. I'm just gonna take it slow. We're just gonna take it slow. We're gonna have fun regardless. I have my little snack plate. It's just cheese cubes and grapes. A phenomenal snack plate. I broke down the questions into different categories. We have our bookish questions, our random, very miscellaneous questions, and then our life questions, like about me personally. None are too R-rated, so we're not gonna, it's not like a crazy unhinged Q&A from last year. It's just more of just a general get to know me that children can watch. And then also our last grouping of questions is gonna be the last minute ones that asked on my latest Instagram post today. I feel like I could bring you closer. We could get a little bit more intimate. Let's get started. I just sang For Good in the shower as loud as I can. We can start, oh my God, I have 14%. That's annoying. Okay, we can start on the bookish questions. Number 1, Cassian, Azriel, Rhysand. You can only pick one. I would have to take out Azriel just because I know the least about him. Cassian, I feel like would match in very realistic as we can get about Bat Boys. Cassian would be the most realistic for me because his personality would match my personality the best. But Rhysand, I feel like is the most desirable for me in a very fantasy, non-realistic way. I'm just like, why am I not in the middle of the screen? I'm so used to being like, don't look over there, that I just like am not in the middle of the screen. I don't look so aggressively that I don't even notice when I'm out of frame. So I would have to say Rhysand, as gross and cliche as that is. Ooh, this is hard already. It's good to do it now before I get super drunk. Top 5 books of all time. Also, I'm not making any rules for drinking. I'm not drinking in between each question because there are a lot of questions and I don't need a blackout. Top 5 books of all time. Let's see if I can conjure that up right now. I know for sure, Keeping 13 and Redeeming 6, those without a doubt. And then Caught Up from the Windy City series by Liz Tomford. And then I have to say, it's like, I feel like I have to put Song of Achilles in there. I just fucking love Song of Achilles. Of all time is so hard. I'm trying to think of my 5-star reads, my 5 and 6 stars. Hold on, let me look at my books. I feel like I have to put one of the ACOTAR books because I love ACOTAR. So I would say ACA War, probably. Okay, I've got it. It's like I forgot this book because it's been so long and now the series itself isn't my favorite, but the first one really was That Girl. I have to put Fourth Wing in. It fully got me into fantasy and it just is That Girl. I love her. I could reread her all the time. And so what was I on? So I said Keeping 13, Redeeming 6, Fourth Wing, Caught Up. I feel like potentially Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I really loved that book. Sorry if you hear Shane Hollander talking, you wouldn't be wrong. I just completely forgot that I just said Song of Achilles and Echo War. Where did Just for the Summer come from? What? New genre you want to read more of this year? I know things I don't want to read. I don't want to read historical fiction. I honestly don't want to read just regular fiction, like women's fiction. Not really interested. I want to read more of maybe more thrillers. I read like probably under 10 thrillers of the entire year. I don't know. I don't like branching out. I'm not in the mode. I'm not in the like age, I guess. Maybe it'll come with age where I want to branch out. I don't want to. I'm enjoying what I read now. I don't want to. Will you ever do live reading sprints? Probably on Patreon, not on YouTube. That would never happen. Sorry. Probably one day on Patreon when I get the balls to do it, because that makes me nervous. So I also don't even know how you do that, but would have to figure that out. What is a book you've read that to this day you don't get the hype around? Fucking Lightlark. I hate that book. Another one is, what was it? Tell Me Lies. Hate that book. Don't get the hype around it. I will say, I feel like the show has more hype than the book does, but Lightlark, that's my number one. I cannot get the hype around that one. I cannot stand that book. I have 2 questions for, have you read The Night and the Moth? I just bought it, so no, I have not read it yet, but I plan to in the new year. Favorite series? Come on. Are you new here? That was kind of rude. I don't know who asked that. But Boys of Tommen, for sure. I would say if I have to like do top 3, it would be Boys of Tommen, ACOTAR, Windy City series. Have you ever lied about liking a book? No. Do you know me? I will straight up shit on, I've shit on Kingdom of Ash. I'm not scared of y'all. I will shit on a book as hard as I want. Favorite book of the year? I said Redeeming Six. That was my top book of the year. Have you read or watched Heated Rivalry yet? And then another one said, did you watch Heated Rivalry on HBO yet? Literally so good. I feel like you would love it. That's so funny because I got so many questions about Heated Rivalry in the Q&A and then also for the Rap and Yap. I love that y'all think of me for that. I really do. It warms my heart that you think of me. I haven't yet because I've been so busy with Vlogmas. I need to be like fully sat and fully watching. So as soon as Vlogmas is over or in the new year, I will be. I have, and it's changed my life. I can think of nothing else. I've also decided I'm going to watch it and then decide if I want to read the book because I have had very bad, what's it called? Experiences where I'm like, oh, well, let me read the book first. And then when I read the book, of course I love it. And then when I go to watch the movie, it sucks, or watch the show, it sucks. So because I'm comparing it to the book. So I would rather watch the show and be so obsessed with it that I'm like, wow, I'm so glad that I can like read this in more detail in a book and have the book to go read because I love it so much, rather than read the book and be so excited for the show and picture it a certain way in my head and then the show doesn't live up to it, because I need a show that I can put on in the background where I'm obsessed, and I feel like that could be it. I will say I ended up reading the book first and absolutely recommend doing that. Like, the show lives up so much that it's not a problem, and I would have missed out if I had not read the book first. So disregard everything I just said. Top 3 books of the year. What was it? Redeeming Six. Let me look. I actually don't remember. I literally just did this video. Redeeming Six, Keeping 13, Kingdom of Ash. There you go. And then the next question after was, okay, can I do anything correctly? Top 3 favorite books, top 3 worst books, and why? Let me go look, actually. Does a DNF count as a worst book if I didn't technically finish it? If the answer is yes, then call it what you want. The Inheritance Games. I fucking hated that book. I DNF Dance of Thieves. Ooh! Calabasas. Ooh. Okay, if I'm not counting DNFs, because technically I didn't finish, so like who knows, maybe it got amazing. I'm gonna say Calabasas, The Inheritance Games. Ooh, I'm stuck between We Were Liars and The Inmate by Frida McFadden. I feel like We Were Liars. I really didn't like that book. Top 6 or 7 books of the year. I'm not. I'm moving on. Favorite Taylor Jenkins Reid book. I love One True Loves. Like, absolutely love that book. I haven't read Atmosphere yet. Oh wait, oh my god, I literally forgot about Daisy Jones and the Six. I've read a good chunk of hers. I haven't read all of them, but I love Daisy Jones, love One True Loves. What was another one? I read Maybe Another Life. It wasn't like amazing, but I did really like it. But I feel like I would love Atmosphere. I just haven't read it yet. But I would say, actually, now that I think about it, Daisy Jones and the Six is probably number 1. But One True Loves like made me hysterically sob, so both of those are pretty high up on her list. If you could be a snail in a fantasy world, which one would it be? I don't know. I have to think about the quantities. I have to think about the qualities of a snail and how that would portray in a fantasy world, how that would carry over. And like, what area of the fantasy world do I live in? Is it like ACOTAR or Throne of Glass? Like, where do I live? That's a huge deciding factor. Okay, I'm gonna pick ACOTAR, and I wanna be a snail living in the House of Wind. so I could ask it questions and like have things all day. Who is your book boyfriend and girlfriend? Okay, let me look at my books. It's hard to answer these because I'm not like, oh, I read so many books. How am I supposed to think of the books that I read? Nothing from January. My book boyfriend, actually I don't want to date Joe. I would say Joey, but I can't handle that. Ugh, Kai from Fearless, because technically I read Fearless this year. Not like Kai Rhodes from Caught Up, because that was last year. Oh, Bo from Out on a Limb. I love that man. Oof, maybe Darius. He is a high contender. Okay, I'm stuck between Kingfisher from Quicksilver or Darius from Zodiac Academy. And then girlfriend, let me look. Fuck, I forgot to look for girlfriend. I'm trying to think like it's either someone I want to be or someone I want to be with. So like I have to figure that out. Cause like Tori, I love from Zodiac Academy, but I feel like we're way too similar. Like we have clashing personalities. Honestly, it's a book I just finished. Hold on. Molly from Holiday Romance. I fear I have a crush on her. I love her so much. Truth or dare, you have to pick dare. I dare you to tell me your least favorite book of the year. Oh, I mean, easy. That's Inheritance Games. I hate that book. How many likes to reread Boys of Tommen? Don't make me do it. No, I plan to in the new year. I don't know when, but I plan to reread at least 1 through 4. I'm not rereading Releasing 10. That's way too difficult of a story to reread. And then Taming 7, I didn't really like that much because I fucking hate Claire. But 1, 2, 3, and 4, I do plan on rereading. Book recommendations for Madame Horrible, Flip It Around, Wicked Witch. I fucking hate that more than life itself. So something that would annoy the absolute living shit out of me. Something that like will not leave you no matter how many times you beg for it to stop. It just keeps showing up. You know what? Lightlark. That one's perfect. Read the entire series of Lightlark. That's giving the same vibes. I need a cheese break. Snog, marry, kill. First of all, Snog is fucking adorable. That is so cute. Oh my god. Snog, marry, kill. I can't get over the Snog. Snog, marry, kill. Kai from Caught Up, Rhysand, and Xaden. That's hard. That's so hard. I fear what's about to come out of my mouth is crazy. I would marry Kai from Caught Up because realistically, I don't want to be, I don't know. Do I want to be in a human world? Probably not. No, I take that out. I would have to marry Rhysand, which is crazy because I went from killing Rhysand to marrying Rhysand. So we're gonna marry Rhysand so that I can become Fae. And then I would have to fuck Xaden because you can't, if you're gonna pick someone to fuck, or sorry, Snog, it's not gonna be a human over someone that has literal powers. Like, please, I'm gonna pick Xaden to Snog over a human, so I'm gonna have to kill Kai. I'm so sorry. His biggest red flag is that he's a human. That's not his fault. What is your least favorite book trope? Also, what is your fave? Love you, girl. Keep up the good work. Happy holidays. That's adorable. Happy holidays to you. Least favorite book trope? Probably like, I don't know. What is my least favorite? I mean, like, I don't like miscommunication, but I feel like that's not a trope. Now I'm blanking. It's not anything like pregnancy or anything like that. I don't mind reading that. I don't love an age gap where the man's older, but like, I will read it. I literally don't know. I don't know if I have one. If I think of it by the time of editing Kindle will put one in. Your favorite, I feel like I literally just went over these. A second chance, Friends to Lovers. Or just really, Friends to Lovers at all, I really love. Friends to Lovers makes me emotional, but anytime it's a second chance and they like reminisce on the past, I can't handle it. I literally can't handle it. I'm a blubbering mess. What is a book you would always recommend for someone starting to read? Oh, that's hard. Oh God. I feel like just a nice, easy little sports romance would be easy to like get into reading. Unless you're not at your core, you just know you wouldn't be a romance girly. Maybe like I don't know. I would say like starting off easy, like Abby Jimenez is like a nice, easy romance read, but also like will make you cry and like could potentially make you fall in love with reading. If you're like not really wanting just romance, honestly, Fourth Wing, like that's what got me into like fantasy. So it could like open you up to a world of reading, honestly. Because what got me into reading was Colleen Hoover, and that's like past its time. So I'm not gonna recommend Colleen Hoover. Unless you've never read a book in your life, sure, maybe Colleen Hoover is where you should start. Or honestly, Frida McFadden for new readers. Once you're like very much into reading, you're not gonna like them as much. But starting out, it's gonna blow your mind. If you could only read 5 books for the What? If you could only read 5 books the rest of your life, which ones would you pick and why? For the rest of my life? Literally, you're kidding me. I have to pick my favorite worlds. So I would pick Assassin's Blade. I feel like Binding and Keeping 13. I have to do like Court of Mist and Fury and then like A Court of Wings and Ruin. I had to pick my favorite worlds that I want to be in, and I need enough substance to like be in them long enough. Who is the #1 author you'd like to meet in person? I don't know. I don't like meeting people in person because it makes me anxious. I just met Liz Tom Ford. She's one of my favorite authors. But someone, if I'm talking like sitting down and getting dinner with, like having a conversation with, like low key, even though she's not like as heavy and like high up on my #1 list anymore, Abby Jimenez, just because we have a lot in common, because I also used to make cakes and like I used to watch her on Cupcake Wars, so like I would say her. But then also like the smaller authors like Hannah Bonham Young, I feel like would be really like funny and just down to earth. Chloe Walsh, I don't know much about her as a person, so I don't know how funny she would be because a lot of her books are really traumatic. But yeah, probably them. Ugh. Y'all are making me work so hard for these. Top 3 book boyfriends and then also top 3 book girlfriends. All right, Molly Holiday Romance, Tori from Zodiac Academy, and then Peyton from Fearless. Okay, boyfriends, Dorian, because I read Kingdom of Ash this year, and then Kai Rhodes, I reread, caught up, don't care, and then Ryan Shea from The Right Move from both the Windy City series. What book got you into reading? Verity. I read so many Colleen Hoover books in the beginning of my reading journey. Ugh, I keep forgetting to drink, honestly. Oh, what is your favorite movie or series you wish was an adaptation? I want The Favorites to be a movie so badly. There's a couple. Honestly, I want to see Holiday Romance made into a movie. I think that would be a hilarious rom-com with the right people. The Favorites is like top. I want that so badly. Boys of Tommen, I feel like they wouldn't do it justice because it would need to be as painful as the books, and I don't know that they would like portray it as painful. Obviously, like the regulars, Fourth Wing, Akatar, duh. But my top is The Favorites and Pucking Around, low-key. But it would need to be like rated R Pucking Around. Like I wouldn't want some PG-13 made for TV Pucking Around. I would want full rated R Pucking Around. Just dropped my phone. Okay, I have 3 left in this category, and I'm making a rule that I need to finish my glass by the end of the category. Top 3 pet peeves in books. Miscommunication. When the girl chases after the guy. I mean, I would say cheating, but like I just don't read cheating tropes that often to make it a pet peeve. And like I honestly don't really even know who's writing cheating tropes like that nowadays. When it's like supposed to be a grand gesture and it's like the most underwhelming grand gesture I've ever read in my entire life. Those were all like romance book ones. I can't think of fantasy ones. Ugh. What song, you think my brain is working for that right now? What song best fits each of your favorite book characters? I have half a brain right now. I will say every single time I listen to Iris, I 100% shed a little bit of a tear for Joey Lynch. And he is one of my favorite book characters. And I cannot listen to Iris or Family Line by Conan Gray. Oh my God, is that his name? Yeah. I can't listen to that song either without thinking about Joey Lynch, and it is heartbreaking. I can't listen to Silver Springs without thinking of Lizzie and Hugh. It's honestly so exhausting being a Boys of Tommen fan. All right, next. One thing you hate about BookTube. I would say like the #1 thing I cannot stand is, which just like comes with the territory, is the constant need to like stay on top of things. Like who's getting canceled? Who can you not talk about anymore? Who can you not support anymore? I will say that is probably my biggest pet peeve, is like I'll just be talking about a book I love and there will be a comment, there will be a DM saying you're a fucking slut cunt for supporting them. I'm like, I didn't even know they did anything. It's honestly kind of exhausting, especially now that like TikTok and cancel culture is so big right now. I understand holding authors accountable and holding people accountable for their actions. Trust. I will mentally never listen to someone ever again if they've done something that I don't agree with. I am fully completely on board with that. I cannot keep up with every single author that I read being canceled, and people will consistently shit on you for it. And it gets so exhausting. Like, I should not be scared to talk about a book that I love because of how people are going to react, you know? I have very mixed feelings on it because one day I'll listen to someone talk and they're talking about something that I feel very passionately about, and I'm like, why do they still support them, you know? People who like Morgan Wallen, I'm like, but he's a racist piece of shit, okay? And then, like, if we want to turn it into like the book world, the second Sarah J. Maas is mentioned, so many people are like, oh, fuck you for that. Like, she's a piece of shit. Same for like Jessa Hastings. I hear things about Rebecca Yarros. Like, Chloe Walsh was like apparently yelled at for something. I don't even know. I literally can't keep up with the amount of like canceled people, and it's exhausting to try and stay on top of that. Especially like the most frustrating part is when it's a book that you have spent years and years loving. Like, for example, perfect example, Harry Potter. I have spent my entire life loving Harry Potter. Obviously, I do not support J.K. Rowling nowadays. I think she's a piece of shit. But if you even mention Harry Potter now without the disclaimer of I don't like J.K. Rowling, the second you say Harry Potter, someone will jump your fucking bones for it. So it's just so exhausting having to like stay on top of things 24/7. The second you slip up, someone's gonna call you out on it. Especially, okay, honestly, no, now that I've gotten my rant started, being a smaller creator, I am obviously a much smaller creator. There are people like Sarah Crowley who are very big. They will do things and talk about things that are not ethically okay anymore. And by that, I mean supporting like Jessa Hastings, using AI, going to Target. They'll do things like that and no one bats an eye. But like people like me who is borderline obnoxious about how much I care about things like that, you could literally ask my friends. I bring up controversies like that consistently and call people out on it consistently too, being like, hey, let's not use AI. Let's not use ChatGPT. But they'll still call me out on like, I'm not even getting my point across like well at all because I'm like a little bit drunk. It's like people are so fucking fast to call out small creators. Especially, I do my absolute best to not support these piece of shit brands, I literally haven't been to Target since they canceled their DEI program. And there are people out there who go every fucking day and post about going every fucking day. But the second I show a fucking Starbucks drink, I'm getting yelled at. I'm like, oh my God. I can't do it all. I can't do it all. And that I think is like my biggest pet peeve of just like being in the internet, like life, I guess, like content creation life, is there will always be someone to call you out if you're doing anything canceled, basically. As someone who genuinely tries to stay away and to support things that I believe in, it's exhausting. It really is. I one time got a huge fucking argument and hate comment about how I was using the LGBT community for views on a video I did a couple years ago where I let my little baby niece pick a rainbow TBR, and I got this huge hate comment about how performative it was, and it just shit like that. It's shit like that where I'm like, oh my God, you're literally kidding me. You're fucking kidding me. And I'm someone who's very like opinionated and will immediately answer before thinking. I need to learn to like not let things like that piss me off. But it's shit like that, like having to consistently double check, triple check everything I say. It's exhausting. All right, I think that was it for the bookish questions. Not to end that on a huge tangent. I'm going to, let me tell you, finish, hold on. Class is done. I'm gonna charge my phone for like 12 seconds because it's about to die. I'll be back for the either life or miscellaneous questions. I don't know yet. Turns out my charger wasn't even down here, so I'm now on 5%. We're gonna carry on until I lose power. Okay, these are miscellaneous questions. We're gonna save the life questions till the end. How many times have you watched Wicked this year? 1 and 2? 2, I can say 5. 1, I don't fucking know. Like at least I would say 50, like minimum 50. When it first came out, probably like 10 in the first 2 weeks, and then ever since, I don't know, I just put it on all the time. I don't know. I have no idea. Rank your cats. Oh, by the way, I got a brand new glass. This was all that was left. So my goal is to finish half the glass by the end of this round. Rank your cats based on who would most likely survive a slasher, least to most. That is one of the easiest questions I've ever had in my entire life. Least would be, okay, well actually, no, I'm changing my answer. Least would be Stinky because he is so scared of everything. He would give himself a heart attack. He would throw up and give himself a heart attack. And then I would say Muggs, like she's blind, so like she was my original answer, is just she's blind, so she would, but she's low-key smart, and she would just like hide in the smallest little hole for the rest of her life. She would go to sleep. She would sleep through the slasher film. Like she would somehow make it out. And then Luna, that bitch is a skinwalker. She would probably be the slasher in the slasher film. She would be the bad guy walking around murdering people. So Luna would make it out. Next, your favorite Christmas winter activity or song. And song, I guess. I said comma song. My favorite Christmas winter activity. I mean, I love just like not rapping. Holy shit, what was I about to say? I love just like a cozy night in, like watching Christmas movies with like a hot chocolate, a spiked hot chocolate, and like Christmas cookies. Love. I love going to Christmas markets. Those are really fun. I can't ice skate, so like no. And then, oh my God, no. Driving around to watch Christmas lights. I cry every time. I cannot handle driving around with Christmas music playing in the car and looking at Christmas lights. I will sob. And then song, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Frank Sinatra makes me cry. And then like poppy Christmas songs, Santa Tell Me. Wait, is that it? Santa Tell Me? Yeah, Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande. Okay, I'm like slurring my words already. The entire Justin Bieber album, that whole album. Mary, Did You Know? Pentatonics. That song is so fucking good. Alcoholic cocktail of choice. I have like a top 3 would be a strawberry basil margarita and then just like a jalapeno margarita. I love margaritas, if you can't tell. And then an espresso martini. I will get that pretty much everywhere I go. If you could collab with any YouTuber, who would it be? I feel like I honestly don't watch that many like really big YouTubers. The only like big booktuber I watch is Sarah Caroli. And then all of the other YouTubers I watch are like smaller creators that I'm like friends with, like that I can talk to if I want. So I feel like all I would have to do is ask. I don't know. I feel more connected watching smaller creators. I don't feel as connected watching like these really big creators. And I feel like sometimes they get kind of lazy with their work, whereas smaller creators like really put their heart and soul into videos. So I don't know. If I were like, I guess Sarah. If I have like a dream huge YouTube collab, I guess it would be Sarah. When are we cleaning the attic? That's not my attic. I just live there. That's not my attic. I'm not cleaning it. Most random thing in your bag. Let me go get it. I actually don't know. I have my Kindle. It's not really random. My glasses, my AirPods. I have a sticky note of how to make the holiday drinks at my coffee shop. The candy cane mocha, peppermint hot chocolate, gingerbread, and the Grinch matcha. That's kind of random. Glasses, my keys, chapstick, rings, a mini Advil bottle. Okay, I have a random chewy candy from the UK. I have my purse salt. You could probably say that's pretty random. And then I have my sugar-free Red Bull. I would say probably either an energy drink, steps to make a peppermint mocha. Oh, I have mini packs of salt too. I'm gonna go with salt. I feel like the amount of salt I have in my bag is probably it. Who's your favorite artist on Instagram? Okay, Ty, I'll give you a shout out for the 2nd year in a row. What's a singing? I gave it away. What's a skill you'd kill to have? Singing. I would kill to be able to sing. I love music. It's something that makes me cry so hard, and I can't sing to save my life. Also piano. I would really love to be able to play piano. Go to pizza order. Okay, I have this ready to go. Thin crust with Alfredo sauce or like white sauce, whatever you want to call it. Pineapple and banana peppers. And that's like if I'm being cheap and I can only like like pay for a couple toppings. If I'm going all out, then pineapple, banana peppers, black olives, pepperoni, bacon bits, like green peppers, so much like veggie shit on it. I love it. Or like jalapeno slices. The crucial parts are white sauce. I don't have to have thin crust. I just love thin crust. But white sauce, pineapple, and I don't like ham. So I would say like bacon bits or banana peppers are my top. Weirdest thing you've eaten? Do you think aliens are real / a conspiracy theory you believe? 100%. Oh my God. Aliens scare the shit out of me. I don't think I was filming at the time. Last year, or maybe the year before, Logan and I were on the way to just like our local grocery store. And we saw these line of lights in the sky. And I'm not kidding. I tell you, we had a full-on crisis because I was like, oh my, that's aliens. Like, that's fucking aliens. It was a line. Literally, there was a news story within 5 minutes about how it was a satellite in the sky. And I was like, over my dead fucking body, that's aliens. Like, in no world do aliens not exist. Also, like, ghosts. No fucking world do they not exist. You cannot convince me they don't exist. Conspiracy theories. The moon sketches me out. Not the moon. Like, obviously the moon is real. The original us landing on the moon video sketches me out. Also, like, we aren't told literally anything ever by the government. Like, anything of importance, we are never told. They will spin shit to like, I feel like anything we're ever told by the government that's like bad, it's a story to like protect us from what's actually happening, because what's actually happening is so much worse. Like, even COVID, I feel, not that I don't believe COVID happened, obviously. I'm not a COVID conspiracist. Don't put that on me. I'm not saying that it's not real, like, at all. don't put that shit in my mouth. I'm just saying, like, things like that. Like, the government is so able to corral us by scaring us that it freaks me out. Like, I don't believe a single fucking word the government says, especially now. Are you kidding me? Especially now. So, like, I don't like anything they say. I'm like, conspiracy. I don't believe it. Do you even know how to make cake pops at this point? It feels like you lied. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna put in the screenshots of my friends asking for cake pops because they love my cake pops so much. I think I got a text the other day. Was it this morning? Hold on. Let me look when that text was sent. It says, us to Kindle on our birthdays. And it's a TikTok. It was sent, I think that was 2 days ago.
Is telling me that I want a cake pop.
He said, my belly's telling me I want a cake pop. That was sent literally 2 days ago by my friend. It said us to Kindle on our birthdays. So fuck off. Cake pops are just so annoying to make. What's your least favorite scent? Peppermint or spearmint? I fucking hate mint so much. I've grown on peppermint a little bit. Like, I can drink it or like eat it if it's peppermint mocha. If it's something like chocolatey peppermint, I can eat that. But that's why I literally hate brushing my teeth, because I hate mint. Top celebrity crush right now, Jonathan Bailey. Jonathan Bailey and Renee Rapp. They are something else. What collab do you want to do with Bestie Melody in 2026? We can collab any, honestly, you know what? We should do like picking out our least favorite books and making you read it. That I think would be funny. Biggest ick. A man that's like so disgustingly straight, where he's like the thought of like kissing a boy, he's like, hell no. Any man like that, that's like disgusted by another man. Ick. You're an ick. Sorry, don't care if you're disgustingly straight. You disgust me. First off, you're an icon. Yeah, thank you. Second off, how do you mentally prepare for Bookmas? I take off the month for work. That was like requirement number 1, is to not have to work. Hope for the best money-wise, that it comes through and adds up to where I didn't need to work. I have to plan out every single day. Especially last year, 1 through 25, my every single waking thought was planned out. I'm not kidding. And then this year, I feel like I was a little bit more lenient because I only was doing 12. So like, even if I got backed up, I'm only backed up for 12 days. And I have been backed up. Like, I've been way more behind on things this year, but like in my head, it's the 10th. So I'm like, I mean, I may be backed up, but I only have to do it for 2 more days. So it's not like the end of the world. Whereas last year, I could not be backed up like at all. So I don't know. I kind of just like the week before, I'm like locked in, trying to do as much as humanly possible to make my life easier. You don't ever really mentally prepare. It kind of just hits you and you're in the thick of it and you have to do it. I mean, I don't have to. Obviously, I can stop whenever I want, but opinion on, I don't know if I'm ready to get into this. Opinion on Taylor's new album. I'm gonna try and keep this brief. I am a diehard Swiftie. Y'all know that. I went to the Eras tour how many times? Three times. I have been a Swiftie for so long. I cannot even think about the amount of tears I have cried to Taylor Swift songs. And this new era she's in is so disgusting to me. I was so excited for her new album. I pre-ordered it. I have the vinyl. Haven't listened to it once because I cannot stand it. I can't listen to it and take it seriously. And I used to be a Travis and Taylor fan. Like, I used to think they were so cute. I was obsessed with them. Like, her going to his games, I was like, wow, she's living out this fantasy. As soon as that, where I was like shown how PR of a relationship this is, I can't turn it off. And it is a comically bad PR relationship to me now. Like, I can't take a single thing seriously. I can't take her seriously. Her entire album, like, I literally can't even listen to Wood without getting angry. I'm like, who is this? Like, you mean to tell me she wrote the lyrics that are on Tortured Poets Department? She wrote the lyrics that are on some of my favorite songs in the entire world, and then to turn around and write Wood, and people are like, oh, boo-hoo, she just wanted to write a fun album, like, leave her alone. No, she is hanging out with people who 5 years ago Taylor would never in a million years associate with, and now she's like every single day hanging out with them. I can't do it anymore. It is so hard to be a Swiftie nowadays. Like, I am so like disappointed in the person she has like shown us, because it's all calculated. She's a fucking billionaire. You can't tell me everything that she does isn't calculated. Of course it is. As she says, she's a fucking mastermind. Like, every single thing she does is thought out and calculated. Associates with so many fucking MAGA people. I'm disgusted by it. If you're someone who like doesn't care about politics, like, I'm not even like gonna get into it, but I do a lot, and it disgusts me. It really does. I can't even listen to her album because I'm like, what is this garbage is what runs through my head when I'm listening to it. I think in the very beginning I could listen to Elizabeth Taylor, Life of a Showgirl, and then, well, I literally can't even think of what they are because of how little I listen to it. Opalite was okay for a little bit, but now it's overplayed. There's like here and there I can listen to a couple of them. I haven't in a while. Like, I don't listen to any of them anymore. Her fucking documentary's about to come out, and Travis is gonna be all over it. The director of that documentary was the director of a show for the Kelsey brothers. I'm just like, oh my God. And then I love people on TikTok who deep dive into things because they will point out how much of their relationship is an ad, and I can't unsee it. It just screams PR, and I can't move past it. And honestly, this whole new era she is in has like ruined her for me. I don't know if she'll ever move back to like what she once was, but this I can't get behind. I really can't. So it's sad. It's a really frustrating time to be a diehard Swiftie because I'm not right now. I literally can't be. Oh my God, I'm on 4%. What is your go-to favorite Celsius flavor? Right now, the Astro vibe or the Arctic vibe. They're both blue and I can't remember which one it is, but I like them both. So like, I don't think I really even realized that there was a difference between the two of them. Oh my God, I only have 5 left. I need a drink. How do you feel about this season of Dancing with the Stars and the final results? I think it was really annoying, and like, it's becoming a little too much like TikTok-y for me. Like, every single thing that they do feels like it's for views. I was annoyed that Andy was kept on for so long. I've just oh my God. I was annoyed some people went home early because Andy stayed on, and then like Whitney, she annoyed the fuck out of me, so I didn't really care when she went home. Obviously she was the best dancer on the fucking show, but like, also I've always hated when someone with dance experience wins Dancing with the Stars, so I didn't really care. I thought Jordan is that her name? Yes. I thought Jordan outdanced everyone in the finale, and that finale, she ate that shit up. I'm really excited to see what Ezra and Jan come up with in the future, and I don't mind that Robert won. Those are my thoughts. What's the real reason you don't like Alani? Okay, the Alani lore really quickly. I loved Celsius and Alani, both of them. I mean, I still do. Alani's like slightly too sweet for me, so that's the only reason why I don't really drink it that much, other than the fact that I'm harboring anger towards them. But I would post Celsius and Alani all the time and like tag them and things, and and jokingly, like obviously I wasn't being serious, and I don't think it's this easy to just like ask them for PR and they send you things. Obviously it's not how it works. So I would jokingly message them and be like, what do I have to do to get a package from y'all? Celsius would like always like my message and never really respond, or be like, be on the lookout for giveaways, you know, some dumb shit like that. And Alani actually answered me and was like, we don't give out PR packages. And I was like, yes, yes, you do. And so then for the longest time, for like 6 months, I swear, people would send me every time one of their favorite influencers would like get a PR package from Alani. So it was just like Alani package after Alani package that I would see at all times. And then I would like tag Alani in these to like be funny about how they just straight up lied to me about not sending out PR, because obviously they fucking do. They eventually, I don't think they blocked me because I can still see them, but I eventually couldn't tag them in things anymore. So they did something to where I couldn't tag them anymore. But it was just the fact that they like straight up lied to me. I was like, okay, at least Celsius was just being for real. Like, don't lie to me. So that's why I just like have a vendetta against them. Top 5 TV shows. Oh, Jesus. And top 5 movies. Oh my God. Okay, top 5 movies I feel like is a little bit easier. Avatar, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. Actually, I'll only do one Harry Potter. I'll say Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Avengers, probably Endgame. I don't know, Infinity War or Endgame, one of the two. And then like Twilight is probably a top 5. See, like A Walk to Remember is like a top 5, but I don't know. That's so hard to think of right now. Top 5 TV shows. Game of Thrones. Okay, all of a sudden I can't think of a single TV show. The Last of Us. I will say, this isn't like top 5, but I will say I just watched All Her Fault and that was so good. That show was so good. Oh my God, what fucking shows are there? I don't have the phone power to look these up. New Girl, Schitt's Creek, Haunting of Hill House, Loki. Okay, see, I'm a big One Tree Hill, Pretty Little Liars, Vampire Diaries fan. I don't know if that would make like of all time, but, and like Gilmore Girls, obviously. Not Friends. I'm not really into Friends like that. Oh, Parks and Rec is so good. Okay, I'm gonna say Game of Thrones, The Last of Us, New Girl, Schitt's Creek, and Haunting of Hill House. That's just too good of a show. Logan planning readathon. I apparently summarized your question. I'm assuming it has to do with me and Logan doing a readathon. Not in this year. We just have too much going on. We don't have time to do a readathon by the end of the year. We did say last readathon that like we were gonna stop doing them because they weren't as fun anymore. But like, I understand y'all really like them though, so it makes me want to do them. It's just also really hard. Like obviously she's in her last semester of school. She's a senior, so that's really busy for her. So odds are definitely not while she's in school and like trying to finish up school. Maybe when she graduates. I can't promise it, but you know, maybe one day. I'm not like opposed to doing another one. It's just like it's losing its spark, if that makes sense. Which is sad because they were really fun and it's kind of like what kickstarted my channel, but I feel like when you do them too much, it takes away its specialty of it. It's like specialness. And then there was a tattoo tour question. I'm not wearing a shirt, so I'll try and give one like really quickly. Hold on. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it. I have 4 keeps on my neck from Binding and Keeping 13. I have Babe You Look So Cool from Robbers, my favorite 1975 song. I have I've Never Seen Something Quite Like You. It's a quote from one of my favorite role model songs, Blind. Role model signature that he signed my arm when I was a VIP in his concert. A little ghost because my mom calls me Boo. A little smiley because I liked it. The box for 1975. Angel wings and devil wings because it's like the angel and devil on your shoulder. I thought that was cute. I just wanted like a very subtle version. So I have angel and devil wings on the backs of my arms, but like people also associate this, and like, I mean by people, I mean me. They're also bat wings. So like my love of ACOTAR, or like dragon wings for like Game of Thrones. Like, you know, like there's so many things that I love with dragons in them. So they're also, it's like an array of things, but that's what it originally was angel and devil wings. This is one of my first tattoos, the little stars from the Harry Potter pages. Caterpillar looking at himself in the mirror as a butterfly, and it's like a representation of Give Yourself a Try from the 1975. I have a little heart tattoo that I got as a like matching tattoo with some of my best friends from high school. I have mine is a Taylor Swift tattoo for written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind, from Guilty as Sin. And then I have I'll Go, hold on. I'll go and I'll stay and we'll be okay from normal people. And then, oh my God, I have, you can't really see, I have a line of daisies down my back that starts from my neck that I got all the way down to my back in college that like I shouldn't have gotten. A sister tattoo on my shoulder that I'm not taking my sweatshirt off to show you. It was my first tattoo ever. It's like really crunchy. What else do I have? Is that it? That might be it. I think that's it. Okay, we got done with the second course. I feel like I got halfway. We'll do one more for good measure. I'll be back for the last round. Actually, I forgot it's like a round and a half because there's some questions on Instagram too, but I'll be back. The wine is hitting. Can't lie. I can like heavily feel it in my face. All right, we are on the life questions. Starting off with, do you have any plans to move? 100%. That is my main goal going into 2026. I am in the process of like the very early process of buying a house. I haven't found said house. I haven't even started the initial stages. It's just been like, it's been broiling. My sister-in-law is a realtor, so we've gotten started on like the very earliest beginning stages. So that is a goal. It's time for me to move out. Yes. So hopefully there will be house hunting series and house buying series in 2026. Why did you start reading? I had just been dumped by like the classic 19-year-old love of my life relationship. Like that classic prefrontal lobe development relationship where like you're so codependent. It ruined my life and sent me into depression and sent me to therapy and like all of these things. And my friend, I don't even know like why, because she wasn't reading at the time either. But I think it was like the age of like TikTok had really been taking off. And I know Verity had like shown up and my friend was like, you need to read Verity. And I was like, reading? But I read Verity and was really just like hooked from the second I read it. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna read 15 Colleen Hoover books in the next month. And I literally did. So I read and it never stopped. Have your goals and ambitions changed since the last Q&A? Not really. I still have the main like major goals. I think they've like rearranged in level of importance to me. The main goals were still like, I still want to live in a van. It's just not in the next year or two. It's more like in the next 5 years type of thing. I still would love to open a coffee shop bookstore. Just like that's not even in the realm of anytime soon. That's like 10 plus years. I don't want to do that anytime soon. I feel like buying a house just is like the main priority right now. But I mean, still the same goals, still have high goals and hopes for YouTube to become like priority number, which it is priority number one right now, but like to become full job number one, like don't have to do anything else. Like just, that's all we do. Other than reading, what hobbies do you have? I mean, I love movies. I don't really think you can count like movie watching and TV watching as a hobby because that's not really a hobby. I don't really have many hobbies. Literally reading is my hobby. And then I made it my job. And then it's like all I do is work, read, or edit. So I don't really know. No, like I'm dead ass trying to think of what I do outside of reading or editing. And I can't think of a single thing. I don't have one. Which is sad, but I don't have one. Like a consistent hobby that I keep up with, I don't have one. Not a fun question, but how do you deal with your health anxiety? If I'm being so for real, I don't. Like I really don't. I just, like I panic. I have no way of dealing with it. So when it happens, I just like panic and then try my best to like convince myself that I'm just panicking for no reason until I can move on from it. And sometimes it's so bad, like I have absolutely zero like resources for moving on, so like don't take any advice from me. Like it has gotten so bad to the point where I convinced myself, fully convinced, like it sounds like a joke right now, but fully convinced myself I had like throat cancer to the point where I was crying about it. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with this for the rest of my life until I die from throat cancer. Like it's sick in the head. I have no way of dealing with it, like at all. I think one time, this isn't even like health anxiety, it was just like I could feel a panic attack coming on and I would look up on YouTube panic soothing videos and I watched so many, but this one video like fully calmed me down and brought me out of my panic attack. And it was a video of like the ocean and it was all of these fish swimming in a circle and I don't know what it was or why, but it fully brought me out of my panic attack and I was like, wow. Like, life is worth living because of those fucking fish. But I have zero help because I still don't know how to come out of, like, when I'm having like a health anxiety attack. I will cry until I can like move on and go to bed. So it's not fun. It's like, I think distraction is all I do. I have gotten to a point where I know it's so bad, I know it's in my head, so I will try and distract myself. What do you do to practice self-care? Have you seen any of my videos? I don't have self-care. I mean, working out, which you can say, like, okay, I don't do like, I know people say self-care is in like skincare, that kind of stuff. I don't do skincare. I'm lucky if I wash my face once a day. My self-care is reading. Like that's what I do. Or like working out, but the past like 3 months I haven't. I just straight up haven't. And I know you can tell because I can tell. I don't. It's a goal going into 2026 is to have more self-care. Like my self-care is crying over a book. That's like my emotional outlet. That's my self-care. What's your self-care? That's what I need to know because I don't practice self-care. How do you stay so motivated with reading? It feels like I'm always in a slump. Maybe you just hate reading. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I feel like YouTube honestly helps stay motivated with reading because I'm always wanting to create videos. If I want to create a video, I need books to read about in the videos. Like I've done mood reading videos where I just like don't read because I'm like, well, I don't have to. So I feel like if I weren't reading like for challenges, like that's why I do so many challenges. If I weren't reading for challenges, I wouldn't read as much. But also I just find like the books I'm most excited about, and that's like how I get myself to read. Like just find something that you are the most excited about, or reread a book that you are literally obsessed with. That's what will get me into reading. What's your love language? Depends who's asking, honestly. Words of affirmation, 100%. Borderline praise kink, 100%. I'm a very much like don't touch me person. Like you've seen it before when Logan like tries to hug me or something on camera. It makes me very uncomfortable to be touched unless like it's my significant other. And then my love language is touch. So it makes no sense to me and I can't make it make sense. If it's anyone other than who I'm like dating, I don't want to be touched. Like even my mom will come up behind me and like kiss me on the head and I'm like, whoa, like it freaks me out. And I don't know why. But like if I'm dating someone, which hasn't happened for a really long time, then it's like I need to be like touching her hand at all times. So I don't fucking know. Words of affirmation, unless you're dating me, then physical touch. What would you be doing career-wise if not pursuing YouTube full-time? Jesus, I don't fucking know. That's a hard question because I feel like if I were to look at my life like in order, I was pursuing like baking and cake decorating full time, was burnt out very quickly. So I feel like that's just the most serious thing I did before this. I haven't done it for like, I wasn't doing it for a while when I started reading. So I can't really even say I would be doing that because I quit it before YouTube. So I don't know. I mean, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would probably still be reading because I started reading before YouTube, obviously. I probably would still be in the bookstore route that I want to be going in. I still love coffee, so probably still the coffee shop route, just without the YouTube part. Because before YouTube, I was just like fiddling around with like random jobs that paid the bills after I quit baking. So I would still probably be reading just without YouTube. As a new viewer, I'm curious on what your life lore is. And then I got another one that said, what is your lore? So curious about where you're from in your childhood. I remember a while back you moved home where you would live in nanny. Okay, I can give like a quick life lore. Oh my God. I don't even know where to begin. Life lore. I was a volleyball player my entire life. I played volleyball from the age of like 7 up through college. I went to culinary school and deeply regretted it after like 2 years after graduating. I went from culinary school. It was baking and pastry arts. I specialized like in cakes and pastries. So I went and worked at a cake shop straight out of college and really, really loved it. And then quickly really, really hated it. And it caused so much stress and anxiety. Like I literally couldn't handle it. Like I was so over it. So I quit that and then did, ever since then, any job I could find, like any job under the fucking sun. The amount of jobs I did, I went from just trying different baking. I was like, maybe it's just cakes that I don't want to do anymore. I just did like an Italian pastry place, like a pastry chef there. I was a nanny, not a live-in nanny. I wasn't a live-in. It was in Charlotte when I lived in Charlotte. So no, I was never a live-in nanny. That freaks me out. It's giving housemaid. But I was a State Farm agent, like a literal licensed insurance agent for a month until I had a seizure, and then got fired because I couldn't drive because of my seizure. And so then like I was just like living in Charlotte from school, like I was a bartender, all these random ass jobs until the insurance job where I got fired. Then I was unemployed, and that was when I had just been dumped, the one that we had mentioned, aforementioned earlier, dumping, where I was depressed and had to go into therapy, living life in Charlotte, which is only like an hour and a half from here. So it's not far from my home. So like all my friends were still in Columbia. So I was kind of like going back and forth between Columbia and Charlotte, and like got a random nanny job there when I wasn't supposed to be driving, but I was because I needed to make money. Then just ended up randomly, this was like when therapy like finally clicked for me, and I was like, oh, I can make myself happy. So I moved to the beach and lived with these two random girls that I had never met before, and had the time of my life living at the beach, like as a server bartender, and then moved home, and I've been home ever since. So I've been home for like 3 years now, just doing like, I worked at Crumble, I worked at Orange Theory, I worked at so many like random ass fucking places. I worked as a dog sitter and dog walker, like primarily. That's I think what like gave me the freedom to do YouTube, is because I lived at home and was just doing these random ass jobs. It's not like I worked a 9 to 5. So that's my lore, is I went from like athlete, cake decorator, nanny, back home doing whatever the fuck I want to do. That is honestly what I've done so many jobs that I realized something about myself is I need multiple part-time jobs as opposed to just like one solid job, because I get so fucking bored at a job so quickly. I can't stay in one place for too long. Like I will literally straight up just move. I will be like, guess what? It's time to move. And that's what'll happen. So I have found out what works for me is having multiple part-time jobs. Right now, I'm lucky enough to just have YouTube, which is a creative outlet for me, and then a barista job. That's been very helpful to have that as like a part-time job. Oh my God, we're almost done. I only have 2 left. Okay, these are kind of, I feel like I've restated some of these things. What are the future plans? I remember you said something about living in a van. I would love to know if you're still going to do that. Okay, to like dive into living in a van. Like I said earlier, feel like if I did I say that earlier? When did I say that? I don't know. If I said that earlier, I'll cut it out. I feel like if I tried really hard to right now focus on going and living in a van, like I have the job freedom to do that right now, but I feel like if I were to spend all of my savings on that, I would end up back at square one, back at living at my parents as soon as I was done with it. My plan is to move out and become like financially stable. Like obviously after I spend all my savings on a house, and as soon as I can like save back up to then buy a van to travel in with my cats so that I can still have a house to come back to and not like start back at square one. That's the plan. So I really, it's like absolute top of my bucket list. I really want to live in a van, like so badly. Last one for this. I forgot there were Instagram questions, but I've started a YouTube, and if you have any tips on getting started, that would be great. And what are the best cat toys? Do you have any? Because I'm also trying to find some toys to keep my cats stimulated. My cats don't give a fuck about toys, so I stopped buying them toys. They literally do not play with them, so I don't buy them toys. A laser is the one thing they will play with, and that's about it. Tips on starting a YouTube: have good lighting. I did this in my last video, I feel like. In the end of year goals chat, I talk heavily on this. Have good lighting, buy a cheap ass ring light, and do it because you enjoy what you're talking about and you enjoy editing. If you don't enjoy editing, you're not gonna have fun and you're gonna get burnt out because it's a lot to edit. Don't do it thinking you're gonna make a ton of money. You also, third, have to get past being embarrassed. Like I feel like you get to a point where you want to do it for that's what happened to me, is I wanted to do it for so long. I just like hit a breaking point where I was like, I'm tired of the thought of embarrassment embarrassment keeping me from doing it. So that's why I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking do it. And I'm gonna be embarrassed for a little bit and I'm gonna move on. And here I am. So you're gonna be embarrassed for a little bit and you're gonna have to move past it. That's it for the questions, the previously asked questions. Now to go into the last minute, who just put in a question on Instagram. This is what I'm looking at. Okay, I'm now down to 3%. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go? Ireland? I want to go to Ireland so fucking bad. It's like Ireland, Germany, Greece. That's my top right now. Favorite thing you've gotten to do through making content? Favorite thing I've gotten to do? I don't know if it's like, because I don't like get invited to do things. I'm not like that big. Like receiving things is really cool. Getting things like a bed frame, getting things like a book chair, like those things are really cool. Having authors reach out and send you books, that's really cool. I don't really know necessarily if I like have gotten to do something. I got to go to like a cat cafe where like I got invited to that to go for, they were having like a holiday. This was actually last Vlogmas where they had like a holiday coffee tasting. So that was cool. I think honestly, like receiving free shit is always fun. Like it sounds bad, but receiving free shit is cool as fuck. I can't lie. What are your thoughts on Stranger Things season 5 so far? I don't watch it like that. I'm so not caught up, but my coworker, she has been telling me to watch it. So I actually restarted it today while I was editing. I put it on and I'm on like maybe episode 6 of season 1 because I used to watch it and like I remember watching all the way up through like season 4, I think. Like I just never finished season 4, but I also don't remember a single fucking thing that happened like in season 2 and 3. I couldn't tell you literally anything that happened. So I'm just restarting it. So I have no thoughts because I haven't seen it. How does it feel to know that you forced me to read the saddest book of my life? Saving Six? You're fucking welcome. Honestly, I feel really bad because the Boys of Tommen like ruined my life. So I know it ruined yours. Fuck, marry, kill Kai Azar, Kai Rhodes, and Joey Lynch. That may be one of the hardest fuck, marry, kills I've ever had in my entire life. Oh my God. Powerless Kai, Caught Up Kai, and Joey Lynch. Oh my God. I don't know. I can't kill Joey. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I killed Joey? But I also can't marry Joey. Oh my God. Oh, how do I pick? Oh my God, how do I pick? Kai Rhodes is like my favorite human I've ever read in my entire life. But like Kai Azar has powers. Oh my God, who do I kill? Who do I kill? I feel like I have to kill Kai Azar. Oh my God, that's so fucking crazy of me to do. Okay, fuck Joey. No, I can't fuck Joey. I have to kill Joey. I have to kill Joey. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm never gonna forgive myself. I have to kill Joey because I have to fuck Kai Azar and I have to marry Kai Rhodes. I can't marry Joey. And so that leaves me if I'm gonna fuck Kai Azar or fuck Joey. And Kai has powers and Joey's young. So like, you know, wait, is Kai older? Kai's definitely older. You know, Kai would fuck at least a little bit better and he has powers. I have to fuck Kai, which means I have to kill Joey. That honestly makes my stomach hurt. So fuck you for that. Never read Boys of Tommen again, or only able to read Boys of Tommen and no other books ever again. I'm reading only Boys of Tommen. It's honestly not that hard of a decision. How do you keep yourself on track with editing? That gets me every time. A paycheck. I'm not kidding. There are some days I do not want to edit. Like, over my dead body, am I editing tonight is what I'll say. Me tonight. That's not happening. But like, I have an entire video that has to go up tomorrow, meaning I have to get up early to do it. So honestly, knowing that a paycheck relies on it is what keeps me on track for editing. I'm not kidding. At first, I feel like I didn't have to be because I found it so fun. And some days I do find it really fun. That paycheck will keep me coming. What's your favorite and least favorite Taylor Swift song? Favorite? There's a couple. Like August, Timeless. I mean, like All Too Well, 10-minute version, Tolerated. Oh my God. Like those for sure. And then least favorite, like, what is it? Girl in Red? Girl on the Run? Something like that. Girl at Home. Girls on the Run, Girl at Home. There's definitely some other, I mean, all of like Wood, Honey, Wish List, all of those made the list for sure. When you gonna be a doll and send me some books? Shipping costs money. You think you got money like that? A quote you think of daily? I can't say it because it kind of gives it away, but the quote in Song of Achilles I think of quite often. Not necessarily like the quote, but like those two boys. The manacled / alchemized quote that I said in the book tag of "Do I know you? I suppose you do." Yes. I feel like there are so many Throne of Glass and ACOTAR quotes. I don't know. That's a hard question. I love any romance quotes that talk about like making her, like there's a Pucking Around quote, or I think it was in Pucking Wild, that talks about like making her laugh for the rest of her life. Anything like that, I honestly, that like crosses my mind all the time. I don't know. I'm too drunk at this point to think of quotes. He is half my soul from Song of Achilles. One of you told me you were getting that tattooed, and now I want to get that tattooed. I'm like, you know what? You're so right. But that's it for my questions. Definitely didn't get as drunk, thank God. If you haven't seen last year's drunk wrap up, I mean, drunk Q&A, you should go watch. I do get like super in detailed about things, way more detailed than this year. I wasn't doing it again this year. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I definitely get more drunk, that's for sure. I think it would be fun to like go back and see the difference between last year and this year. But thank you again. If you wrote in a question, I really appreciate you. I obviously wouldn't be here without you, and I'm so excited thinking about like next year's Q&A, like the difference, how much we're gonna change. I could be in a new house. I could be so far different in my YouTube career. Like so much can happen in 1 year. You just never know. Thinking about the books I haven't read that are gonna be my new favorite books, that's what blows my mind, because this time last year I had never read a Boys of Tommen book. I had never read Song of Achilles. I had never read so many books that like changed me at my core. And now I'm thinking like, how many of those books are out in the world right now that are like already written, already published, that I haven't even thought about reading, that I could read next year that will change me at my core? And we'll talk about next Q&A. Like, how cute and fun. So thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And I will see you potentially tomorrow, or potentially whenever the fuck I post. I don't know what day this is. Love you so much, and I will see you the next one.